Hi, using 2D characters in the 3D world allow us to make a fun-looking characters and impressively looking backgrounds. I covered the Unreal Engine blueprint a while ago that allows you to have your own characters that can run around in a game or a movie. But it was almost half a year ago, so it's time to make an update. Today we will cover how we moved to the Unreal Engine 5, we will explore some new functionalities that we have around the cameras, and we will replace built-in art with your own. Let's get right to it. Open the Unreal Engine 5 and select the Games tab. Select the third-person preset and name your project, hit Create. Right away you can see a fantastic 3D world with a gross 3D character. Look at it. Ugh. All shiny and smoothly animated. How to make it more exciting? Go to the GitHub repository and put the folder third-person BP UE5 in the content folder. Now let's get rid of default characters and put our nice character to the scene. It's Scary Bear this time, but don't worry, it will not bite as long no one is around. Character already looks kinda nice and flat, but mostly not functional, even the turning would not work. To fix that, we'll need to adjust the project settings a little bit. Click on Edit and select the project settings. Navigate to Maps and Modes and scroll all the way down. Select Main Instance for the Game instance. Now navigate to Collision under the engine. We'll need to add two trace channels. One is a ledge trace that will be set to Ignore, and one is a battle trace that will be set to Overlap. We'll go over what they do later. We'll also need to navigate to the input and add Rotate 90 to L and Rotate 90 R buttons. I use Q and E, and this will be used for turning camera 90 degrees left and right for your character. Also at the sprint, I use a shift. At this point project settings are done, so now we're ready to climb. To do that we need to select the wall. So eeny, miny is this one. Select the wall and navigate to collision presets under the collision section. Set it to custom and find the ledge trace that we added to the project before. We set ledge trace to block, and that allows the character to know that this surface can be climbed. Let's see how that affects things. If we go near the regular wall, nothing happens. But if we go towards this magical special wall, we can climb it. The way controls are set, you can also hit a spacebar if you don't want to climb all the way up, and it kinda helps you to go down sometimes. The way to use this behavior is you want to assign this collision for the ladders or any surfaces that you want your characters to be able to climb. This can be, for example, the edges or ledges. Plus, we can test that Q and E buttons are work to rotate our camera. But we also have some extra hotkeys. For example, if we hold the X key, we enter the top view. In this mode, we can click and drag with the mouse to change the view. Plus, we can use the mouse wheel for the extra camera movement. That allows us to explore area better, especially if something happens right below the character. If we release the button, everything just goes back. And we have another option. If we hit Z, then we have this zoom out view. We have the same controls as before with a mouse and a wheel, but now we can also move character around. And this is useful to navigate curved areas if you want the platforming elements to be part of your game, or you just want to have a tighter controls. I'm planning to also use it in the battle scenarios where you can just select, hey, here's a straight line where I want to go. Our main view with this 90-degree increment does not really allow us to accommodate it this well, but that allows us to bypass it. You can also handle many characters on a screen. Add the second bear, and don't worry, it's still safe, it's just a clone. If we hit tab now, we can flip between two characters on the screen because as we are playing, we can accommodate that, we can grab all the characters in the scene and we can just cycle around them. And when we take control over one character, another character is being possessed by AI and start to follow us. It can bring us some cool effects. Here's a battle scene where I test our controls, and the way bear comes to the bunny just looks fun to me, it's vicious. Now, let's get into the character blueprint. There are good areas there where you should go, and there are bad areas where you probably should not. Look at this pretty piece of code. I mean, it works, I can explain how, but we will stay here for a while. So let's concentrate on the places that are actually designed to be changed. The place where you really want to go is marked as a set art. This is where you can set your art and time delays for the standing animations. This way we can animate the character based on how long the character was not moving. I set it for 5 seconds, 10 and 20. This means that as we are standing for 5 seconds of not moving, we start playing the first animation of standing. After 10, we play a second one, and after 20, it will be the last one. Now let's pay attention to the art for walking and standing. To use the animated art, we will use the flipbooks. Let's review how to make one. Let's say we have a bunch of PNG pictures that make a walking behavior. We import them to the Unreal Engine, then we select everything important, right-click, and create the sprites from the pictures. Select all newly created sprites and make a flipbook out of them. Or just create a flipbook and add them as an animation. After we create a flipbook, now we can see that we can add it to the appropriate blocks. And when we replace the art inside the blueprint, remember when we hit W, we will be able to see the back of the character, so we replace the top one, and the blocks in a square handle things diagonally. The last thing that we want to cover for today is a battle mode. The game mechanics that I developed gives the character the energy bar, and you can spend it as you move. The battle is turn-based, but at the same time you have to tactically control your character to make the best out of it. Let's get an example. Here is a bunny, and we just blindly moving forward. As you can see, we can barely cover any distance. But if we hit the shift and we speed up and we use a space to jump, plus we release our control while we are in the air, we can cover a lot of area and we are capable to scale all the map back and forth. And this would be the difference between the regular player and a skilled player, and we will see where the balance is supposed to be in this kind of tight control scheme. The different characters will also be handled differently. Some will speed up fast, some will speed up slow, some will have more or less energy meter, so we will see how to make it very tactical. You can also see some throwing options and combine attacks, buffs, weapons, many other ideas, so we will need to test it. I do like when the characters are jumping on top of each other and bouncing off, or when the much heavier character is just pushing the smaller character. It just looks fun, so I think there is something out of it. So we will explore how the different characters can interact with each other during this battle mode. Maybe some of them will be able to move together based on initiative. This allows us to have even more tactical opportunities because you can also wait till others already spend their energy so you can have your move. So on top of being the positional game, it's also the time critical game, or whoever moves first also may matter. For example, we may spin random object on the scene and this can be used as well. It's kind of a fun idea, so let me know if you have some. The most interactive way to reach me is probably Discord or join me live on Twitch. It was nice to have you here. Cheers.